Back everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video because I'm going to be making an absolute fool out of myself more than usual. So enjoy. I'm reviewing the medical light and scope kit. And this is a neat device because it's actually customizable. It has a lot of interchangeable parts so you can review the nose, mouth, eyes, ears. You can review all the features in the face using a couple of simple parts. And although doctors use a lot of specific scopes, such as like an ophthalmoscope for eyes, an otoscope for ears, a nasal endoscope for the nose, this kit is just a general little kit for at home use, which allows you to get a less in depth but a more, I guess, general sense of what's going on in each of your facial features. So let's break this thing down and get to it.
So let's get to breaking down the different parts of this kit. So this is the main piece. This is the light source of the kit. This is what we call the medical light, or at least this is just the general name for what this thing does. And basically it shines a light like this. There's a light source from the light bulb at the top of this thing, like that. And basically the way you turn the light, is by pressing down this cap. Like, it's called a pen light because this clip resembles a pen. And basically what it does is that it connects a circuit within a smaller part of the machine. So this is the light bulb on the top here, and within this chamber is two AAA batteries. And once this conducting piece touches this metal strip here, the entire circuit is complete, which allows the light bulb to be turned on. So it's just a really simple circuit which allows this medical light to efficiently do its job. So this is the main part that is used to inspect and shine light and bring clarity to all of the facial features that are being inspected. Next up is the long scope, and you can attach the scope onto the light like this, and you can shine it through like that. So light shines through the scope like that, and the scope is exclusively used for the ears because the cavity within the ears is very long and narrow. So to be able to reach down and be able to get a good sight of the eardrum, you need a long and narrow piece. So this is why this is used only for that. So when you put it on like this, the clear portion of the medical light will provide you with the clear view of what you're seeing through the scope, and the scope magnifies your sight so you can see really minuscule elements in better detail. So this is the longer, skinnier scope. Sorry, I don't know the scientific name for it. And then the short, stubbier scope for this kit is used to inspect the nose and the eyes. And you don't need to have as long and extensive as a scope because the cavities are a bit more accessible for what you want to see. So there, you can shine the light through the scope like that. So you use this scope you can stick it within your nasal cavities, which is kind of gross, or you could use it to inspect your pupils within your eyes. So I'll be demonstrating one or both of those later in the video. Haha. So that is the light and the scopes of the kit, and additionally there's two other parts that come with the kit. Technically three, but it's more like two. This is an oral mirror, which allows you to check within your mouth because it's a bit more difficult to use a medical light and a scope to do that. So this mirror provides access to check the parts of your mouth that are harder to see because they're harder to access, including the back of your throat, the top of your mouth. So shining a light and reflecting it off this mirror provides clarity to see the harder to access parts of your mouth. and these two things are depressors, tongue depressors. The reason that they're different is that this one is for adults and this one is for infants based on the size of the tongue. This one is a bit heavier and is designed for a larger tongue to push it down so you can see down the throat. And this one is for smaller tongues and it's a bit lighter, so you don't need as much force when depressing the tongue to see down an infant's throat when you're trying to, deduce the cause of a sickness or some type of illness. So those are all the parts within this kit. So I'm gonna demonstrate how to use a few of them. So enjoy.
Alright, so now that I've showed you guys all the parts and how to use them, what better idea to test them out than use them on me and show all of you guys what the inside of my eyes and my nose and my mouth looks like, right? Okay, but don't worry though, like I actually brushed my teeth and cleaned my ears and blew my nose, so hope you guys enjoy.
So I first used the medical light and stubby scope to inspect my dazzling and absolutely stunning brown eye. Doctors use a tool very similar to this called an ophthalmoscope, and the light that used in this machine allows them to check several outer structures in the eye. Typically the cornea, which is the transparent part of the eye that covers the iris and the pupil, is checked first for any scratches or abnormalities. Then the iris, which is the colored part of the eye, can be checked also, because shining the light over the iris can reveal any inflammation or other abnormalities in this part of the eye. After the iris, the lens, which is the part of the eye that is behind the iris, can be checked by shining the light over the center of the eye, because you can identify cataracts by their cloudy appearance in the lens. Finally, the coolest test and one of the most important tests is also one I'm going to show you later on. Test the pupils for the responsiveness, because the pupils are the part of the eye that change size to let light into the eye. So when I shine the light on my pupil, it contracts, and as soon as I take the light off, my pupil slowly expands back to normal size. Now here's a close-up view of what doctors see through the scope when evaluating the eyes. Little jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Next, I focused on the ears. I changed out the long skinny scope for the short stubbier one. Oh wait, that sounds really bad. Then I put the scope into the ear and I shined the light into the ear canal. Check it out though, there's no earwax in my ear, which is pretty good. Since this is a pretty simple kit, it can't show the entire path down to the eardrum, but it shows a pretty clear view of the entrance into the eardrum all the way down to this point that I indicated here. And those luscious hairs that you see in my ear are cilia hairs, which bend to capture the vibrations that are sent as sound waves into your ears, and they convert these signals into electrical signals that can be processed by the brain. So you really got to give it to these little hairs for letting you hear Taylor Swift and your other favorite music. You can see two parts at the very bottom of the picture shown by the scope. The lighter portion is the wall of my ear canal, and the darker portion is the tunnel that goes further into the ear canal. Here's a video of me sticking a big ol' oral mirror into my mouth. Mind my chapped lips though. But this is a very useful tool that doctors, and more specifically dentists, use to see what's inside your mouth.
$1 million smile, right?
See, I told y'all, no burgers at all. So the first thing you may have noticed otherwise though is the hair. And this is also a type of cilia, like the ones we saw in the ear. But this cilia sweeps out a lot of particles that come into the nose back the way they came and prevents them from reaching the lungs. So this is just another reason why cilia are awesome. Past the cilia, the pink stuff you can see are the walls of my nasal cavity and the cartilage that makes up my septum. And this leads to the nasal cavity, which is kind of the darker space indicated beyond all these walls.
Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making it, but I would not want to do that again because it was a pain in the butt recording all of those angles for you. But please make sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever, show some support, and I'll see you guys around. Stay cool.